Eve was the one that was the easiest person to take the fall out for what really happened. And I'm not saying it's all Adam's fault, because Eve played her part in it too. But I'm saying Eve couldn't make Adam eat that fruit, because it didn't even say an apple, it said a fruit. Eve couldn't make Adam eat that fruit. Adam made a conscious choice on his own to eat. Now Eve seen that this fruit looks delicious. Ooh, I really want this because it looks delicious. And she saw the benefits, the physical benefits of it, and so she began to desire it. And so then she gave to Adam, and Adam made a conscious decision, I'm going to eat too. But sin didn't enter until Adam ate. Why? Because Adam received direct command from God. And then he told Eve. But at that time she was just called woman. But if you don't really study that story, as many have done through the centuries, they will continue to say Eve was the cause of sin coming into the world because Eve made Adam eat that apple, and that's why we get the Adam's apple, and when that's not what happened.
Well, I ain't never heard about how we get the Adam's apple. I always heard the story. Eve made Adam eat the apple, eat the fruit off the tree, the unbidden tree, because she ate it, the servant pointed out to her, and she ate it, and then she wanted him to eat it. He ate it because he was lusting after her.
Nope. That's not what happened. But that's like I said, that's what happens when you don't really get the full understanding for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
See how easily you can be deceived to believe in something that is not as though it is, because you have not took the time to learn for yourself.
Right.
So in studying Judas Iscariot is typically remembered for one thing, his betrayal of Jesus Christ. He was one of the 12 disciples who lived and followed Jesus for 3 years. He witnessed Jesus' ministry, his teaching, and his many miracles. Now, Judas, he was right there with Jesus. He seen all the things that Jesus was doing, all the miracles he was doing, all the people that Jesus was helping, all the teachings that Jesus was giving to them. He was a witness of it. He was the treasurer for the group and used his trusted position to steal from their resources. Now in John 12:6, it says, was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? Then he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief and had the bag and bare what was put therein. Then Jesus said, let her alone, against the day of my burying has she kept this. So that ointment that the woman had, Judas was having a fit because she was preparing that for Jesus' burial, and Judas was like, no, shouldn't this have been sold and given to the poor? Now, do you think that Judas really wanted that to be given to the poor, or did he just say that because that sounds like the most political correct thing to say?
Most political correct thing to say.
Exactly. It sound like that's what he needed to say. Judas wanted her because he was the treasurer now. He was the treasurer. Now, look at it from this sense. If Jesus already knew Judas was going to be the one to betray him, and Jesus already knew that Judas was greedy, Jesus already knew Judas was a thief, why in the world would Jesus allow Judas to be the treasurer? And why would Jesus allow Judas to be a part of the 12 disciples if he already knew?
He had to show an example.
Say what?
He had to show an example.
He was everything that happened, even with Judas betraying Jesus Christ, was Jesus' final lesson to the world. And we're gonna go into that in just a little bit here. Okay. Betrayal is defined as the action of betraying one's country, a group, or a person, also known as treachery. So it's the betraying of a group, a country, or a person is what betrayal is. So if I betray your trust, then I am known as a person who is a betrayer. Because I took something sacred between you and I broke it. Judas was a common name in that era. I mean, if you really go back and read in the Bible, a lot of people think it was only one Judas in that Bible, but Judas was a very common name back in that time. And we're going to back it up with this scripture. Okay, Judas was a common name in that era, and there are several other Judas mentioned in the New Testament. One of the other disciples was named Judas. Now, to show you the difference in it, in John 6 and 7 and John 13 and 26 refer to Christ's betrayal as Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. Now, John 14 and 22 said, Judas said unto him, and then he specified, not Iscariot. So that lets you know there was another Judas in Jesus' time. Because he said, Judas said unto him, not Iscariot, Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us and not unto the world? Now, another difference in that scripture, and you're gonna learn it as we continue to study on with this, is this Judas referred to Jesus as Lord. Judas Iscariot referred to Jesus as who? You think?
Master.
Rabbi.
Oh,
Rabbi. So when back in those times when they refer to a person as rabbi, they're referring to that person as a teacher. But when this Judas referred to Jesus as Lord, he was referring to him as master. See the difference in the name, how they did it? So in other words, one Judas had much respect for Jesus and gave him his proper title. I mean, Jesus was a rabbi as well because he was a teacher. But we're going to show you how the enemy was able to deceive Judas Iscariot in the same manner that the serpent was able to deceive Eve and Adam. Now, here are some facts we gleaned from key verses about Judas and his betrayal. The first one is that money was important to Judas. As I always mention, he was a thief. The chief priest paid him 30 silver coins to betray the Lord. So Jesus' life was worth how much?
30 silver coins.
30 silver coins. 30 measly silver coins. Now his life was worth way more than that, but it's a symbolic meaning to that. Okay, so we're finna get into that. In Matthew 26, 10 through 15, Judas' greed and need for power and money was actually one of Jesus' last teaching to the world. Greed, pride, the need for power is a door opener for the enemy influence. When a person is greedy, when they're prideful, when they want that status. I mean, it's okay to have dreams. It's okay to be motivated to do things to be better in your life. It's okay to do the work to get to that point. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when it's to the point that you will betray someone, or to the point